All right. I just hope it gets my voice. I can see myself here, but I just hope this mic gets my voice. I'm not really tech savvy, but anyways, that we don't got to worry about that. We just go record and hopefully we get this done. But anyways, I want to officially welcome y'all to the first episode of the Twill Spill podcast. Man, I don't know. I'll say 50% of me is excited, another 50% of me is nervous. So bear with me, y'all. I'm just I like to talk a lot, so I thought a podcast would be good for me. But at the same time, I'm kind of I'm a little nervous because I'm just man, I know it's a pod, so it's not gonna be perfect. But for me, I want it to be perfect. But anyways, I just want to start by introducing myself as your host. Some of y'all know me, some of y'all don't. But regardless, it'll be good for the host to introduce himself. So I'm Terrence Williams. I'm out here. I go to college. Currently a sophomore at my junior college. I also run track there, and my events that I do for track: 400, 200, and a 4x4. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Follow me on my socials. It's Twill because I'm gonna be turning up this year for track. Some things I like to do. Some of my hobbies. I love watching anime. I love playing video games. I am a reader. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm a reader. I'm getting into reading more. I used to read a lot when I was a kid, and then I stopped for a couple years, and then now I'm getting back into it. So I just say I'm a reader. Um, what else? Oh, I love hanging out with friends. Get 2, 3 of my friends. We go shopping. We go watch a movie. Whatever. It don't matter. I just enjoy company. I like being around friends, hanging out, doing stuff like that. Let's see what else we got going. I guess I could talk about the reason why I want to start a podcast. So, if you know me for years, I've been talking. I was like, bro, should I start YouTube, y'all? I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, man. Should I stream, y'all? Do you think if I have hit you up or asked you in person, you think I should do YouTube or should I stream? Or you seen the polls I've done on Instagram? How many times? I've been asking that for years, time over time, or and y'all been sitting there always yeah, do it. You got it, man. Go do it. I just never did it. Just one day I was just like, bro, you go sit here 10, 15 years later and just regret that you never at least attempted to record yourself or go live or whatever. And I was just like, a podcast's not that bad anyways, because it's sitting down talking. You just get to talk about whatever you want. I mean, obviously there's sports podcasts and there's a cooking podcast. There's podcasts that talk about money. But I was like, man, forget all that. I am going to do a podcast that talks about any and everything because I think I'm just versatile like that. I'm not trying to hype myself up too much, but I feel like I'm just a conversationist guy. I just made that. I don't even think that's a word. I just made up a word right now, but I'm just good at speaking. My charisma is very high. And yeah, I mean, that's the main reason I want to start a podcast too. And also I just I always wanted to be an entertainer. When I was younger, I was an actor. I did a couple auditions. I got a couple roles. I've been in a couple commercials. I've even been on a billboard before. And I was like, man, I kind of missed that element of having the camera on me or just performing. It's a little different than being, would say, for a track athlete because although, I mean, they're not really recording me that much, especially not now. That's more like when you get on the higher levels. But sometimes people are watching you. That's what I'm trying to say. People are watching me at a track meet. There's a crowd and stuff. But this is recorded. So it's kind of different. And this is not just set for the people at the meet. This is whoever clicks on this video or whoever listens to this on Spotify, they will know it's me. People that I don't know, they'll know it's me. And that's probably the scary part because I'm not expecting to get no crazy viewership, no blow up immediately because I'm just starting out. But it would be nice eventually to have people just oh, yo, in the comments, oh, this is cool, blah, blah, blah. You're a cool guy. I like your videos. You funny. I'd be like, man, appreciate that. But yeah, I just wanted to do this because it's a new chapter in my life. I just want to expand my horizon, see what I'm good at, see what I'm not good at. And yeah, And let's continue talking about a little bit about me. Although I do run track, it's actually not my favorite sport to watch. It's my second favorite. My first favorite is football. I'm a big football guy. And if you see back here, I got this Kobe Bryant versus Shaq plaque. And I got Kobe up there. Kobe's my favorite player of all time. My favorite athlete of all time. Doesn't matter. I just love the Black Mamba. RIP, of course. But that's my guy for real. One of my things growing up, I was like, Mom, I'm going to get famous so I could go and sit down and watch Kobe play. Or I could, go meet Kobe and we watch the Lakers together. And obviously, when he had passed, that hit me hard. I ain't gonna lie, because I was just like, dang, I'm gonna never meet Kobe now. I never got to meet him. So I know a couple people that actually got to meet him because they played basketball and stuff, or they just randomly met him. I just think that's so cool, meeting an idol like that. But hey, you never know. I might meet another celebrity and we posted up watching the game together. I got my Goku Ultra Instinct drawing. Shout out my boy Josh. His dad actually just gave me that. Like, his dad drew that, and he's like, yo, you can have it. And I was like, what I do to deserve this? But I'm not complaining, because that's hard. I ain't gonna lie, I mess with it. And then, I don't know if y'all can see that well. I'm pointing like real bad. My pointing skill. I'm getting used to this camera, y'all. My fault. But hey, greatest anime of all time. I'll argue anybody with this. Hunter x Hunter. Greatest anime of all time. I'm a big Hunter x Hunter fan. I love talking about Hunter x Hunter. I love talking about anime in general. But when it comes to Hunter x Hunter, I'll go about that. 25-8. But yeah, man. So going a little bit into this podcast, I'm only so far going to drop episodes on YouTube. The audio, or not the audio, the video one is going to go on YouTube, and the audio is going to go on Spotify. I'm going to go on Apple Podcasts as well. I don't know. I got to make an account. And as I'm recording this, I don't have an account for it yet. So probably when this goes up, I will have an account. But if not, just know it's on Spotify and YouTube. I'm going to be dropping Saturday mornings at best. Try to get it up while like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. But don't quote me on that. Just know Saturday will be the day that it drops. So always tune in on Saturday. And the last thing I'll say before we start really chopping it up, I start talking for real about just things I want to talk about. Please share this with your family, your friends. And tell your dog and your cat. I don't care. See someone on the street, be like, yo. They be like, yo, what you listening to, or what you laughing at, or whatever. Be like, I'm watching the Twill Spill podcast. Go subscribe. Go follow him on Spotify, whatever. Go follow him on IG, because you never know, man. This could blow up. Or I could stay local. It don't even matter to me. I just want to do something that I enjoy. And hey, so far, 8 minutes in, I can't lie. I'm enjoying this a lot. But I guess the first thing we'll talk about, let's talk about some TV stuff. I don't really watch TV that much, and if I do watch TV, it's anime. But I'm not here to talk about no anime right now. I'm here to talk about Squid Games Season 2. Hey, first of all, if you haven't even watched the first season of Squid Games, what are you doing? Like, I think it came out in 2020, 2021. So you had no reason to not watch it, because it was COVID there at that time. So you should have just sat there. I was watching it. I ain't gonna lie. While we had them online classes up in high school, hey, I had the computer right here, my class going on. I had to turn the volume down a little bit because I'm watching Squid Games, of course. And man, season 1 was so good, and they had fans waiting multiple years before season 2 came out. And at that point, people was like, "Nah, we're not gonna really watch it no more because like season 2 taking forever to come out." And it finally came out, and man, I'm not gonna say too much because I don't want to spoil it or nothing, because obviously if you haven't seen it yet, it's kind of new a little bit, so people still need to take time to watch season 2. But what I can say in comparison to season 1, I still think season 1's a little bit better. Just my personal opinion, because of, I can say, character development. I mean, the characters were developed kind of good in season 2, but I think season 1, it was a little bit more, you felt more connection with the characters, because although we know, especially now in season 2, like we know like the games are designed to have people get killed, In season 1, when you knew that, it was still like you knew someone was gonna die, Like you're just like, dang, they really dying right now. Like they're dead. And season 2 is kind of the same thing, but it don't hit the same with some of the deaths. I will say this though, the cast and the characters in season 2 are really like spread out. It's more versatile out there. There's like a lot of different type of personalities, I'd say, in terms of the cast. It's really spread out. I think season 2 has less episodes than season 1. Uh, don't quote me on that. I'll actually pull it up right now. But as I'm saying that, the reason I'm saying that is because I think season 2 was a little rushed. In my personal opinion, I think it was a little rushed. I don't think they wanted to put everything they did in there. Let me see right here. I'm on Netflix right now. Squid Game. Let's see. Season 1 had Season 1 had 9 episodes. Season 2 had 7. So I think just because of that, it was a little rushed. Especially towards the end. I think the end was heavily rushed compared to other things that was happening in season 1. But I'm not gonna say any more really about that. It's a great show. I can't wait for season 3 because season 3 is already confirmed it's gonna come out. I hope we don't have to wait 4-5 years though for the next one, because I ain't gonna lie, I might forget about it. I might not even be Netflix might not even be Netflix. I ain't gonna say that. Netflix probably still gonna be popping way back then, but you never know because it's a Netflix original. But yeah, I can't wait for season 3. Make sure you go check out Squid Game season 2 because that joint, hey, good show, great show. I don't really like watching. I was gonna say reality TV. Is that even? No, it's not, it's not reality because it's not real. Like I hope they're not doing that out there in South Korea or any country, for any area for that matter, making people in debt play a game of life or life. I mean, it is life or death, but you playing for cash that's not even guaranteed to you. But I'm not. What kind of shows do you call it? I guess it's a drama, but yeah, I usually just watch anime when I watch TV. It's like I'm either on anime or I'm on YouTube. I'm not really watching like shows like Grey's Anatomy, Breaking Bad, Shameless, All American, whatever. I just named like four shows that are just so old. But yeah, I mean that's why I'm naming those shows that are old, because I don't even watch. Like I don't even know what the new show like that is out. That's out right now. But maybe I need to expand my horizon a little bit more on stuff I watch. I'm just a basic. I like what I like. I'm a simple guy. But yeah, like I said, Squid Game season 2 is worth it. Go check it out. It's fire. Going on now. Hey, the Ball brothers will probably be the most relevant trio throughout history. It don't matter if your last name is Ball. Well, not last name Ball, but if you're part of that Ball family, you will be relevant. And you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about LiAngelo. I mean, he didn't make the league like Lonzo and LaMelo because he's not that good. I'm being straight up. He's not that good. And he also ruined his career when he did that stuff in China, but that's neither here nor there. But hey, he dropping some music. And the song, oh my goodness. Let me make sure I get the song. I don't like saying the wrong song. It's called Tweaker. And he's going by, his name is G3 Jello. Tweaker by G3 Jello, man. But I listened to the song and I'm not gonna lie, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. If I had to rate it out of 10, I would give it a solid like 7.2. 7.2. It's a C minus, but that's still passing. And the reason why I give it a 7.2 is because I will say this: the lyrics are good in terms of like flowing, if that makes sense. I'm not that good. I'm not a music goat. I don't know all that stuff about music. I'm never like a guy that debates music like that. But what I can say is like, as an artist, your job is to do something that you know the audience is gonna like. Whether you're painting, dancing, whatever your art is, you just gotta do what you know like your audience, what they like. And he knows what they like. He made a song that's catchy, and regardless if it's good or not, he knows people are gonna play it, and the streams and plays are gonna give him money. So hey, he winning, but he might be winning more. It might be a good song because we got people like Moneybagg Yo and Boosie. They want to be on the song, and the way the song sounds, I can see both of them on there on a feature. but especially Boosie. I feel like the way, if you haven't heard the song, just go listen to it. I think you would agree with me when I say that, like, Boosie on that song would be, I think it would be great flow. I would like to hear Moneybag on there too, which, speaking of Moneybag, I don't know, maybe it's just because, like, the area I live in or whatever, but, like, a lot of people do not like Moneybag Yo. I be playing his music. I think he has good, like, he's a good artist. I don't think he's bad at all. But when I sometimes, like, when I do, we be talking about music and stuff, I'd be like, oh, Moneybag, he got to be on your playlist too. Like, he a good artist. And people be looking at me like, they like, Moneybag. And I'm just like, yeah, Moneybag Yo, like, he cool. Moneybag Yo is, I mean, shoot, I like his music. I think he does a great job doing his thing. But hey, to each their own. But since we're talking about music right now, I might as well just name my top 5 artists. And I always struggle with this because I think the first 3 are solidified, but then it gets down to, like, the last 2, like 4 and 5 kind of get changed up a little bit. When I say top 5 artists, I'm going to do in the current age right now, and then we could do old school. But top 5, number 1 is YoungBoy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. And let me get into this too. When I say YoungBoy is my favorite artist, a lot of people be looking at me weird too. They're like, oh, you one of those. Like I'm supposed to be a crash out or something. Like, I'm just appreciating greatness. I mean, this guy has, since 16, he's been rapping. And it's just like each album, I'm not gonna say each album is better than the last, because some of the albums are not better than, like, AI YoungBoy 2 and stuff. But they're still good quality albums. Like, you could pick, YoungBoy's one of those artists where you could pick, like, I'll say 5 minimum songs from each album, and you're like, okay, he did something with these 5 songs. But for me, I think it could even jump up to 7 minimum, because he's just, like, good on the mic. He knows what he's doing, great flow. And although a lot of people think YoungBoy fans are just like crash outs, or like we just like his aggressive, violent music, like, for me as a fan of YoungBoy, I think his sadder songs are better, like his slow R&B, his sad songs. Like, don't get me wrong, he got them hype songs that got you going, but those aren't the songs where I'm just like, oh, this is why I'm a fan, you know? Like, he just has some that just, and I ain't gonna lie, he got auto-tune. I don't think he's that good of a singer, but he does his thing and it works. You know what I'm saying? His lyrics work and it just fits the flow. Hey, free YB, man. Nah, I'm playing. He deserves the time he's getting. I cannot lie. I'm not hating, but I mean, if you commit a crime, especially when you already on house arrest, like, he actually got a good deal. It's like 2 years and some change, I believe. I think it's almost 3 years, something like that. But what he did, he could have been worse. I think they're saying like 25. So to get 2 years and some change is not bad at all. Number two. I actually just said, I like how I just said, I was like, oh, I got the top 3s locked in. But now I'm thinking about it, like, as for me, listening to music recently, it might change a little. Well, okay, actually, no, I'll say this. Number 2 is Fredo Bang. He's another Louisiana rapper. I like Fredo Bang a lot. He's kind of like YoungBoy, but he got aggressive music, but he has good, like, with YoungBoy, I like his sad, like, slow songs, his little singing songs. You know, I like that a little bit more than just the aggressive music. But those, you know what I'm saying? It's time for me to, like, this is what I'm trying to say with YoungBoy and Fredo Bang. Like, they have music where it's like, all right, I'm trying to get hyped right now. Maybe at the gym or something, you warming up, getting ready to perform at a meet or game, whatever. You could throw on their hype stuff and you know, you up in there. But there's times too where you just want to chill and relax, and then they got that going, and now you know, versatility is a big thing for me. Number 3, I'm probably go with Bino. Bino is nice. I just love, you know, great R&B artist. He does his thing. I need Sorry for the Wait 3 or whatever you're gonna name the next album to come out though, because you've been playing too much. You've been holding the music. I don't know if, like, you just trying to troll or something, whatever, but I need that to come out, bro, because Sorry for the Wait 2 was a really good album. It was another album. I don't really listen to a lot of albums all the way through, if that makes sense. So Sorry for the Wait 2 is one of those albums where I could just listen all the way through multiple times, and I'm just like, oh, this is a good album. I'm like that with Scorpion. I'm like that with AI Youngboy 2. I'm like that with Sincerely Contrell. I'm like that with I probably could count them on my hands. My fingers, I mean my hands. But I could probably count that and just be like, okay, that's a good album. I could sit there and listen to the whole album. No skipping and just knowing like, all right, this is a good album. So I got Youngboy, I got Fredo Bang, I got Bino. I think number 4 is gonna be No Cap. And it's crazy that I had Youngboy number 1 and No Cap number 4 because they are not friends. Youngboy, a lot of artists that Youngboy collabed with or signed and stuff, he not friends with them no more. So it kind of sucks because 38 Sides, if you haven't heard 38 Sides yet and you're a Youngboy or No Cap fan, I'm gonna start questioning whether you are. But that song was such a good song, and it just sucks that they're not friends no more because you know how like T Grizzly, he got like Lil Yachty or like Bino and Blast, you know, or Lil Baby and Lil Durk sometimes. I mean, whatever. You know, you have your artists where you're like, all right, they will drop a song, or I meant to say Lil Baby and Gunna would be a better example to that. And then Durk and Vaughn. But you know, they're like two artists that will always record with each other. And you're like, dang, when they hop in the studio together, it's gonna be a banger. And that was the potential that Youngboy and No Cap had. And 38 Sides is such a good song. It's a really good song. It's a great song. That's like one of my favorite songs ever. And I just wish that they were friends. But No Cap is a great artist. His lyricism and like sometimes you just gotta like for No Cap, sometimes I have to pause the song and replay what he had just said just so I can understand. I'm like, oh, he got some great bars. He do his thing. He really like that. I just love his music, whether it's sad and slow or it's hype. He just got some good flows. Number 5. I'm trying to think. Number 5. It's probably gonna have to go to Drake. You know, Drake was my number 1 a long time ago. I don't think I can have him on a top 5 without really mentioning him. Cause in his time, his run, he's outdone. I'm gonna get some hate, bruh. The numbers do not lie though. He's outdone Cole. He's outdone Kendrick. He's outdone Ye. Like he's just done his thing. Like I said, it's like kind of like the hate on LeBron. Like the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. I mean, Drake does his thing time in and time out, whether it's a single, whether it's an album, whether it's a feature, whether it's a diss track. Drake does his thing. Drake will be remembered as one of the greatest rappers of all time. I strongly believe that when it's all said and done. And some honorable mentions for artists. SZA and Summer Walker up there. I love those two ladies. They do a great job. I like their songs. Who else? Oh, Durk. I like Durk a lot. Durk is good. And 21 Savage. I do like 21 Savage. And then there's other things. I got one thing too I want to get better at. I feel like some people I know, they have good like playlists. Like they have the good right songs that just blend and mesh together. I might have to find an AI bot or somebody. If you're good, no, for real, like this is a serious request. If you're good at like making playlists, I'm gonna send you my playlist that I have. And can you just form better playlists so the songs can mesh better together? Because I feel like sometimes, like for example, I'll say this for artists I have, like Rod Wave. That's another honorable mention, Rod Wave. I don't know if his song should go on my R&B playlist or should I put him on my rap playlist because he has certain songs, that fit the bill. And I'm just like, I don't know if sometimes when I play the song or a certain song will come on the playlist, I'm like, okay, it flows. And then like another time when I hear it on that playlist after a couple certain songs, I'm like, bro, get this off this playlist. Like it needs to go somewhere else. But yeah, hey, if you're good at that, please hit me up because I don't think I'm doing a good job with my playlist blend. Now, let's talk about some sports. Let's talk about some sports for real, for real. Hey, I think her name is Kira Reynolds. Kira. I'm sorry if I mispronounced her name. But let me pull up this stat line because she dropped a quintuple. Hey, so one thing for sure on this podcast, I'm gonna be messing up words crazy. But let me see. I think it's Kira Reynolds. Let me see. Oh, she's not even in college, bro. She in high school. Dropping a quintuple double. This stat line says 14 points, 18 rebounds, 12 assists, 11 steals, and 10 blocks. I'm going to say that again. 14 points, 18 rebounds, 12 assists, 11 steals, and 10 blocks. Now, as of the last couple of years, I'm trying to get better at being supportive of athletes, especially women athletes, because they're just as good as the guys. You know, they do their thing against their competition. And for the women athletes, they don't get a lot of love because they bully a lot of people, especially the WNBA. I guess the WNBA would be a good example. They just say like they're not as athletic, which yes, women are not that as athletic as men. But you gotta appreciate the talent that's there. That's the thing. You gotta appreciate the talent that's there, because the average guy that's sitting behind their computer typing all this mess about a woman, they're getting whooped by that woman that they'll play though. If like the girl lined up and played against that guy that's talking all this mess behind the screen, she would beat him in that sport. And it's just crazy because you don't see none of like for example, you don't see none of the good basketball guys. Like you don't see Cooper Flag going under his post and be like, "Oh, Juju Watkins is trash," because he knows she a hooper, she knows she a baller, and there's no point to hate. He knows in her field, she is one of the best female college basketball players. And I can't wait when Juju gets to the WNBA. I can't wait till he gets to the WNBA. Like when she gets there, I love Caitlin Clark. I love Angel Reese, but I think Juju will be the MJ of women's basketball. Hey, you're going to come back to this video, you're going to come back to this pod, and exactly what I just said, you're going to be like, dang, Twill was right. Hey, she got a bag. She got a bag, and the bag is inside the bag. She got multiple bags in a bag. She's nice. She's tough. And I love that she's working out with some of the NBA guys. Are taking time to get her some skills. Like I think she's working with I believe it was Paul George this past summer. They were working out a little bit. But that's just dope, you know, to get in the lab and to work on certain things. That's another thing too. I can't, God willing, I blow up this year in track. I would love to work out with some of the top pros and stuff, get some tips, like whatever advice from them. But let's get back to Miss Kira. Because a lot of people, this is what I was trying to get to. A lot of people was hating on her, saying like the team that she was playing was like 1-10 or something, and on a 10-game losing streak. They were just saying bad things like, oh, she only did this because she played a bad team. And in certain cases, you can use that argument for certain things. But with something with this magnitude, that excuse just don't cut it. She got a quintuple double. 5 stats, she got 10 or more in that. It's already hard to get a triple double. It's hard to get a double double. A quadruple double. She got a quintuple. And I think only one person in NBA did that. Yeah, it's only one person. And it's Wilt. Wilt's the only person in NBA history to get that stat line. And that was years ago. So I don't think like that argument is just so weak. Like, and it's usually men just hating on the women. It's not really, I haven't really seen too many women hating on women in terms of like sports success. It's usually men. It's usually men that are just not athletic or just, so they probably didn't make it far after high school or they got cut off their team. That's always what I think. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I might be hating myself right there, but that's how I always think when I see dudes hating on like athletes. I'm like go line it up. I knew this one girl in my high school. Shout out Anaya, Miss League. She actually she played soccer at Michigan, but she was on our track team. And it was just so funny because like Anaya couldn't really work out with the girls on our team because she was just too fast for them. And she couldn't like work out with a good amount of the guys on the team because she was beating them too. Like, and I was a beast. I ain't gonna lie, she was a beast. I'm actually shocked that she doesn't run track at Michigan because she fast. She fast, but soccer is her sport. She really liked that. I don't know too much about soccer, so I can't really get in like talk about the. I don't even know what position I know she's on defense. I believe. I think she's a defensive player, but she fast and like sometimes we would have to work out together. Like her running with me, just because she couldn't work out with no one else, and she needed somebody to like run with, trail behind because like the competition just wasn't cutting it. But she was a beast, and that's why I love track too, because a lot of people come up and they'll be like, oh, I could beat, like I tell them I run track, and the first thing as a track athlete, you already know what I'm going to say. The first thing they say after I tell them what sport I run, oh, I could beat you. I could beat you in a race. It's the most annoying thing to hear somebody say, because track athletes, we know we don't have to say that. Like, all right, this sport is so unforgiving anyways. Like, you could be like the guy, you could be the star in your team, whatever. Everyone knows who you are, but that day you step on that track, the day you get in those blocks, it might not be your day, because this sport treats you bad. I cannot lie. I had one of my old coaches tell me, they're like, you miss a day in track, you're 2 days behind. You miss a week, you're 2 weeks behind. Like everything doubles. This sport just chews you up and spits you out. Like if you don't put love or effort, man, you gonna suck. And I can't really say that for a lot of the other sports. Like I feel like for basketball and football, like you can miss a little bit of time and be a little off, but I feel like you get your rhythm a little quicker than you can in the track. Because this is like, especially track, like most of the events are running. And like, I don't know if you haven't done this before, but like if you miss a couple of days of running, even one day, like say you're sick or like something comes up and you miss a day of running, the day you come after that day you missed, bro, you feel so out of shape. You really feel so out of shape. It's crazy. And that's why, track is one of those sports where you just really got to be locked in 25/8. You got to be in there all the time because it shows no love. It shows no mercy. You'll get rolled up. You'll get embarrassed. You'll get hot, whatever, if you don't put in the work. Because someone else out there is doing that work. They're trying to get that grind. But yeah, everyone always be trying to say like, "Oh, I'll race you." It was October, I think. October. I was doing some college HBCU like visits. I was gonna go visit some schools and stuff. And I was going with my school, and there's 2 other community colleges that went. And the guy that was trying to say he could beat me in a race, he went to my school and he was talking crazy the whole trip. We just didn't have time to run for most of the trip. And I was like, okay, we got time now. I think we were in Alabama. We were in Alabama, and we had time. Like we got home, we got to the rooms early and whatever. We already ate. Everyone was pretty much getting ready to go to bed, but we had to go get something from the bus. And we had to get our bus driver. Shout out Rico, man. Shout out Rico. I'm gonna do a lot of shout outs to guys I mess with, but yeah, we get to the bus. I'm wearing my slides. If you see me 9 times out of 10, I'm wearing some comfortable slides. I'm trying to get my shoe game up. I'm trying to get my fashion up. I'm changing my fashion, whatever. But most times you will see me, especially if I'm not going nowhere important, I'm wearing slides. So I have my slides on, and I don't know why in my mind he was just still yapping. He's like, I could beat you in a race. So I just said, man, forget that. Like, come on, let's race. And I'm saying that with my slides on because I already know people that yap are probably not good at what they're yapping about. It's only a select for you. But he was just going, and I'm not trying to diss, but he just doesn't look like a guy that was like that athletic, at least not a track athletic, I can say that. So I was like, how about this? It was probably about like a 30, 40 meter run. I was like, how about this? I was like, we can run from here to the bus. And this will settle it right now. He was like, all right. I'm wearing slides. Like, I'm going to just keep saying I'm wearing slides. I was like, we'll go on your go. Because I don't want no excuse saying like, oh, you did whatever. Like I said, we'll go on your go. I said, but just say set go. Don't do no random like 3-2-1 go or 3-2-1 and then start running. I said, say set, go, like an actual track start. So he was like, set, go. Man, I was sliding in them slides. I left him so bad. Like, it was really bad to the point where I turned around to see where he was at. 'Cause I thought he got hurt. Like, that was the last. Forget about winning the race at that point. I thought he had got hurt. I'm running. I turn around. He was just running. He was still sprinting. I wasn't even sprinting. I beat him bad. I beat him real bad. But yeah, he wasn't talking mess after that. And then he tried to run against my boy Joe. Joe did him dirty too. But sometimes people have to learn lessons. And it's kind of like bringing me back to when Speed ran against Noah Lyles. So many people, like, if you don't know track, it just irritates me because they really think that Noah Lyles was trying against Speed. Like, don't get me wrong, Speed is fast. He's proven that he can beat other professional athletes. But track speed is different than any other sport speed. I mean, the sport is literally running. Like, our speed is different. We train to run fast. Our fast twitch muscles get trained all the time. And it was just funny because people were like, oh, Speed is right next to Noah. First of all, Noah didn't even get out that hard. Second of all, Noah started pulling up towards the end of the race. This is what I'm going to say right now. While Speed was running, he's like good form, looking like determined, the normal form you are if you're competing like in track, if you know what I mean by that. Noah had the time to look at him and taunt. If you have time to look at someone and taunt and you're still next to them, that's all I needed to see. If I see, like, for example, when Sha'Carri was looking in the Olympics and no one was next to her, she was doing her thing. You don't need to try no more. If you have time to taunt while sprinting next to someone or you're ahead of them, just know you're faster than them. It's case closed. But like I said, it's not a no knock to Speed. I feel like this is what I did say. I was talking to some of my friends. I was like, if Speed gets proper training from a good like coach, he'd be a dog. He would be a dog. He would be really fast. Like, his speed would get even better because they would give him good running form. He would have good coaching. He would probably lift better, like the right type of weightlifting that he would have to do for track. So, hey, Speed is really athletic though. It's just crazy that he's a streamer because I feel like if you really wanted to choose a sport, he could really be good at it. I mean, he's young too, so anything's possible. Anything's possible. What else? What else should we talk about? Oh, man, if you're not from California, I'm pretty sure you've already seen the news now, man. The fire is going crazy over there. It's been getting windy over here. It's like fire season. I think that's what it's called, fire season. Just prayers out to the people in LA losing homes, property. I think I saw a thing that said 2 people died. So that's just so sad. I guess in other parts of the country, they have like tornadoes, hurricanes, blizzards, snowstorms, thunderstorms. Out here, we got 2 natural disasters, fires and earthquakes. They don't happen that much, but when they do, especially a bad earthquake, like, it's just bad. And it just really is just sad to see like people losing their homes, and some people are losing like their cattle. I think like farms and ranches are getting burned down. It's just like, it just sucks. Cause I mean, obviously I'm out here in Southern California, but like, I'm not near all that stuff. But you can see it in the air, the colors and stuff. And the air gets bad. It's bad air quality over here too. So right now I didn't go out today and work out. Like, I didn't do my normal workout that I would have done today. I just ran on the treadmill for about 30 minutes. And just prayers out to the family, man. That's just so tragic. If you know anybody that's suffering out there, just reach out to them. Just make sure they're okay, because it's real sad. I guess the last thing we talk about today on this episode, 2025, man. It's a new year. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, it's the same thing every year. Like, oh, this is my year. Or, like, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to do this year. I'm going to do that this year. But it's like, are you really going to do it? Like, stop saying that. Stop saying that, first of all. Stop telling people like, oh, this is going to be your year. And stop telling yourself that. And I'm not saying that to like be negative. I'm saying like, just do it. Just go and do what you said you're going to do. Like, for example, I'm using myself now. Like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I was like, I always tell people, oh, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to go do that. Man, stop telling them that. I just sat down right now today, got the mic, got my camera, got what I needed to do, and I just started recording. And people may like what I got, what I'm posting, and they might not like it. But regardless, you will never know if you don't try. And the pain of regret is one of the worst pains a human could ever feel. You come down a year later, 5 years later, 10 years later, and you think about, dang, if only I had took that boxing class, or if only I had applied to the schools back then, or if only I went to apply for these jobs, or if only I did this, or if only I went to go to the gym and lose weight, or if only I went to the gym to go get bigger. That pain of regret is just some of the worst thing. It's so hard to get rid of it. I don't even think you can get rid of it, because something will always happen to make you think about that again. So one thing I could use to suggest that I'm actually finna go do later today, probably, or tomorrow. Probably do it later today because I have a free day the rest of the day. Make a vision board, bruh. A vision board is so good to have, because you then can put the goals that you want, the time that you want to do those goals, some motivational quotes or whatever, and that's just there. It's a vision board, so it's gonna be, you gotta put it somewhere where you can always see it. I've seen people do it on their computer. I'm gonna do mine on an actual board. I was gonna hang it up in my room, but I mean, as you can see, the walls are kind of occupied, so I don't know where I'm exactly. I might just have it by my bed, so every time I wake up in the morning, I will just have to look at it and see, and start building habits, man. Like, I'll give an example. For me, I wake up every day in the morning now, and I saw Denzel Washington talking about this on a little YouTube short. He's like, when you wake up in the morning, like, the lights are off, it's all quiet and silent. Just sit there in silence for like 5, 10, 15 minutes, and just be appreciative of what you have, or talk to yourself about the goals that you want to achieve today, you know. And then after I do that, I usually go on my Bible app, the U version, do the daily word, have them talk to me with the devotional. And I'll go downstairs and start journaling a little bit. And then depending on what day it is, I'll be lifting. But if I'm not lifting, then I'll usually probably start making breakfast. If I'm in school, I'll probably check to see what assignments I have coming up, or what assignments I've done. Get ready to turn those in. And yeah, I mean, that's just a little start of my day. But you got to, what I'm saying is, you got to build habits and build a schedule of what you want to do. And then once you start doing it a couple times a week, 2 weeks, then your body's going to be like, all right, let's do it. Like, muscle memory, like, we're going to do this. And then you don't have to worry about it. And there's going to be days where you can't do what you wanted to do, or you missed out, something came up. And that's why the 2-day rule thing is a very important thing. Like, the first day, if you don't do it, something happened, okay, that's fine, that's acceptable. But don't let it be 2 days in a row, because that's how you start building negative habits. Your body's going to start being like, oh, I don't have to do this. Or your mind's going to be like, dang. Like, if you don't go to the gym the first day, that's fine. But don't make it 2 days, because then you're going to start being like, oh, I don't know how to go. Or like, you're going to find any little excuse to make sure you don't have to go to the gym. So, man, I'm just wishing a lot of success to anybody. Just jump in the field, man. Don't be afraid. Anything is possible. Just be you. Find something that you like. Sit down, start writing things you like to do, and then narrow it down. Be like, what could I do with these skills that I have? Like, find skills, things you like to do, and just narrow it down and just pursue it. Come on, man. We're in a generation, we're in a time now that technology is at our fingertips. You could just search whatever you want. There's a video, there's a tutorial, there's a book out there you could order. There's people that you can talk to. It's just all out there. So, you know what I'm saying? Just go be great. I'm wishing success and happiness to everybody in 2025, because you never know. And this might not be the year that you blow up, but it's the year that you start to trend that way. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might not be lucky and have that 1 year blow up, or that 1 month blow up, you know? It might take 2-3 years, but you know, you'll never get to that finish line until you start now. So if you keep pushing it back, you'll never reach that true success. But yeah, y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking a big risk. I'm in the dark right now. I'm swimming in the water. It's dark out here. It's pretty deep, but I'm trying my best. And now a little thing I want to do when I end off each episode. You know, I'm a firm Christian, a strong believer. So at the end of each episode, if I forget to read the Bible, y'all need to let me know in the comments, okay? But if I do forget to read the Bible and I notice it in the episode while I'm editing it, I might just throw a little clip at the end of me reading the word, or I'll just add a Bible verse towards the end. So we'll see about that. But I'm just going to open the book randomly, and I'm just going to read like a couple verses, and then we're just going to end it off right there. All right, so we got Joshua 23. And it came to pass a long time after that, the Lord had given rest unto Israel from all their enemies round about, that Joshua waxed old and stricken in age. And Joshua called for all Israel, and for their elders, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers, and said unto them, I am old and stricken in age, and ye have seen all the Lord your God hath done unto all these nations because of you. For the Lord your God is he that hath fought for you. Behold, I have divided unto you by lot these nations that remain to be an inheritance for your tribes, from Jordan with all the nations that I have cut off, even unto the great sea westward. And the Lord your God, he shall expel them from before you, and drive them from out of your sight. And ye shall possess their land, and the Lord your God hath promised unto you. I just read to you Joshua chapter 23, verses 1 through 5. Thank you guys very much for tuning in for the first episode. Hey, make sure you like it on YouTube. Make sure you like it on Spotify. Send this to your family and friends. And let me know what y'all want to hear in episode number 2, what y'all want me to talk about. I'm open to suggestions. Anyways, peace out, y'all. God bless.